Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Saturday edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Ullman along with Keith Fustel. Keith, we've got 9 on today's card. It's a pretty big day for the boys upstairs. You gave out the early pick 5 on yesterday's program. Dave Rodman liked the Heights. That was the big priced winner of the day.
Yeah, and I talked with Dave. I talked to a buddy of mine, my man Joe Gass, my little shuttle to the BWI airport every now and then. But Joe's a good handicapper, and I just did not believe in the Heights. I thought he had a perfect trip last time out, sat off of a duel, and he got another good trip today. They went pretty quick, a contested pace, and was able to kind of grind it out. It was a Mario Soray exacta. They paid, what, $167? So hopefully somebody had it.
And hopefully you'll stay hot for today's 9-race program. Before we get to it, remember Preakness 150 just around the corner on May 17th. It's the third week in May. It's the final Preakness at Old Hilltop. It is really going to be a celebration of Maryland racing and a celebration of the history of Pimlico Racehorse, and what a really rich history that is.
Oh, and we've got a tremendous amount of history up in that press box that I walk into each and every racing day up there. Going to be sad to kind of see some of it go, but what a tremendous place. It's been a part of my life for a long time. Kind of raised right there at Pimlico from a handicapping standpoint, learning all the tools of the trade, hanging out with my grandfather. Definitely going to be a very sentimental day, sentimental week, the whole week there, but looking for bigger and brighter things down the road.
And we'll be prepping for Preakness 150 right here at Laurel Park with Preakness Preview Day, and one of the major attractions is the Handicapping Challenge. Nice to see handicapping contests back here at Laurel Park, but you don't have to just be here at Laurel Park. It's a hybrid contest. You can also play online. You can learn all the details at laurelpark.com. Not only do you get cash prizes, not only do you win 2 tickets to Preakness 150, the final Preakness at Old Hilltop, but an opportunity to gain entry in 2 of the most prestigious handicapping contests in the entire world. The National Handicapping Championship, the NHC, I believe the winner took home $825 this year, and the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge, I think the winner took home $150. Not only can you make a lot of bank, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Those things, as I discussed earlier with you a couple of weeks ago, we got this thing leading in. I was like, you know what, I got to start trying to get into some of these contests maybe a little bit later when I get to retirement. I don't think that's coming anytime soon, but they certainly are fun. You get on a little roll, you cash out here, and you move on to bigger and better things for a tremendous payout. But everybody's going to be looking forward to that. Hopefully we get a ton of entries in there.
Great news for Preakness Preview Day. Great news with the weather right now. It really looks like spring is in the air. You can't ask for anything more. 70 degrees currently. The temperature is going to even rise a little bit more. We're almost ready to bid adieu to this indoor set and head outside to the paddock.
Yeah, and look at that turf course greening up beautifully. So we're getting close. We're getting close. Got to bump up these field sizes, and the handicapping challenges, they come maybe even a little bit tougher, but I really love my favorites. Maidens on the turf, that's my favorite game, even the 2-year-olds. But when you really kind of dissect things, look at that breeding, that's when we can make some scores.
Well, we'll start things off with the first of today's 9-race program, going 3/4 of a mile for 3-year-old fillies. These are claimers 20 down to 16, a field of 7 with the 2 Island Dream Girl, your 2-to-1 morning line favorite. This is not only the day's opener, but it's the first leg of our first of 2 value pick 5 wagers, a low 12% takeout. It's one of the best bets in wagering, in racing. Don't bet the 15% takeout pick 5. Don't bet a 20%, goodness forbid. Bet a 12% takeout and get more money in your pocket.
We had a $32 ticket, I think, yesterday, and we caught it for $313. And what was our biggest price? It wasn't anything super spectacular. It's a really nice return on that ticket yesterday. Let's hope we can make it 2 in a row. And again, we've got the pick 4 to follow. But I'm going to get you going with a single here. Island Dream Girl off of a blowout win. This trainer, first off the claim, trying to take advantage because Penn dark right now, so can kind of run back and wheels back in 9 days. So we'll start it with a single with the 2 Island Dream Girl. Race 2 and 3, 2 deep. 4 and 5 in race 2. Race 3, the 4 and the 6. Race 4, we go 3 deep, the 2, 3, and 7. Laddie dances my value in there. Race 5 with the 1, 3, 4, 6. Haven't seen Jerry's Gem in a while. He's fast. He's going to have his running shoes on and be ready. Magic Spin might like what he sees up front today. It's a $24 early value, pick 5. Don't miss out. That thing paid tremendous yesterday. I was shocked to see what it paid.
And we'll start off the analysis with your single in the opening race. We have a video spotlight on the number 2, Island Dream Girl. This was a really good-looking performance last time out at Penn National.
Yeah, there's some fast horses in here as well. I think Ness had a run, who Boots were familiar with. And Island Dream Girl, it had some trouble the race prior, broke in the air, came away fairly cleanly, and just prompted the pace without really any urging. Takes control quarter pole and says, see you later, widens under some steady pressure, maybe a little bit stronger than mild urging, but definitely was worked on 8th pole to the 16th pole, but just cruises away straight as a string, coming back quickly in very sharp form for a barn that we know can win races, winning all over the place. Interesting to see the horse only in for 16, not up to 20. Looked at some other handicapping tools. That race came back huge. I think she finds a new home.
You also have Star Venezuelan in here. That's the uncoupled stablemate of your top pick, the 2, Island Dream Girl. Completely different running style last time for Star Venezuelan. She just dropped far back, then passed some tired foes to finish behind Island Dream Girl. She has shown the ability to stay closer to the pace if necessary. I think that's very important for her today.
Yeah, the speed in here, eccentric, tuned to the moon. Even Island Dream Girl, I think, will be forward. Now, Star Venezuelan, after watching that replay again, she didn't have the cleanest of starts, but I like the way she recovered. She is the finisher, I believe, in here, maybe along with Fair Trade. Thunder and Paris also going to be out there with that speed. So, the higher price, Cthulhu, that might be the one to use. I mean, if things get awfully short on this, too, I may work the 4 around in exactas and try to catch that value.
I got Fair Trade splitting the 2 uncoupled stablemates. Fair Trade, I thought, ran okay first time against winners last time, and is now getting a little bit of a class drop for Robbie Bales. This horse was tracking kind of a slow pace 3 wide last time out, just missed 3rd. I'm expecting a good outside stalking trip. This horse is tactical enough to get into the flow. Let's talk a little bit about Eccentric. You've got a trainer stat for Jerry Robb.
Yeah, this is interesting here. A little drop second off the break. But Robb, last 3 years on the dirt, 4 for 13, 31%. 3-year-olds, 50% drop. 238 is your ROI. And I went back and watched this one, and I updated the comment on Eccentric February the 2nd. A little hop in the air in that inside move into an okay pace before fading. A couple 5/8 works since. All systems go, I believe, from the inside Eccentric. I think you're going to see the X-Man get aggressive and try to take him coast to coast.
See, I wonder if Tuned to the Moon's a little bit faster. I agree with you. I think Eccentric has to be fast. We're kind of hoping for a little bit of a battle to set things up for the 2-horse. Tuned to the Moon, I think, is very well placed for her first start in winners against winners after winning for the 37.5. But note that was a race they ran 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way around the track. She's likely to face a little bit more heat here. We're both in agreement. The 2, Island Dream Girl in the opener. Keith goes 2, 4, 1, 6. I go 2, 7, 4, and 6. We'll move on to race number 2. This is a maiden claimer, 12.5 down to 10. Maryland bred's eligible for the $15,000 claiming price. We're going the 1-turn mile with the second wire finish. Field of 6 in here. The first of 3 pick 4s on the day. 50-cent minimum wager. I like playing the pick 4s. I think you get a lot of value out of them.
I do too. And if my single doesn't get it done in the first, I'm coming right back with the pick 4, same amount of ticket. Race 2, Missy's Map video spotlight horse, getting a little bit better. And we've talked about this 3-year-old filly. I thought she was going to be even a better looking at the breeding bottom side, but she hasn't gotten what I thought she would get to. This start is tough.
Yeah, for her especially, because she likes to be close to the pace, and she just broke slow inward and bumped, and now she's going to be on a rush, and she's going to go all the way up and make the lead. And it's not like she's going to go all the way up and make an easy lead. She's going to go up, and she's going to be pressured. She'll eventually clear off to open up, but had to work to get there, and then ended up tiring in the stretch. My one concern with Missy's Map, and I wonder if today is sort of a now or never situation for Missy's Map. She just seems so well entered, dropping back down to this 12.5, is that I just don't really love a lot of her other races. She's had chances to win, and she's found ways to lose.
Yeah, she has. She has. That second Lasix try was her best. Obviously got away. They were, it was an awfully heavy track that day. They went slow. Last time out, just a little too keyed up after that incident at the break. I think if she can relax outside of authenticated, she's got a chance to maybe separate from that one from the last 3/16 of a mile.
I figure both Authenticated and Missy's Map figure to be right there when they turn into the long stretch. We have a trainer stat for Authenticated, who made her career debut for Brittany Russell, took a lot of money, showed speed, tired in the slower division of 12.5 maiden claimers. Now with TJ Aguirre, sprint to dirt route 3 for the last 15, 20% winners, a $3.31 ROI, and this horse is just bred for me to get the mile. She's by Authentic. The dam's a full sister to Ring Weekend, who won the Kilroe Mile on turf, the Tampa Bay Derby on dirt. So I think if this horse gets out there and is able to relax a little bit, maybe she can rebuff Missy's Map and then hold off the closers.
I guess it's a positive sign. Sheldon returns. We've seen Sheldon do this a couple times. He's going to ride here for TJ Aguirre. Stays on the mount right, tries to go out. Interesting. Maybe we'll see a different tactic if Missy's Map is eager like she was last time, and she'll show the ability to stalk. I think looking at horses, if you're trying to, blow things up a little bit, maybe the One Knowles Dream I thought would run a little bit better last time, but behind schedule. Hammy, hasn't been on a tear of late. This is this kind of horse, these bottom-level maidens, when they stretch out, he can be sneaky good. 5 for 29 maiden claimers sprint to route over the last couple of years. 17% strike rate. There's a family. There are some horses there this is kin to get a route of ground.
Trainer Donovan Houghton won a race here with a maiden about 3 Saturdays ago, and it's going to send out an interesting first-time starter, the number 3, Lee Linda. Blofeld does very well first out. 17% winners. Now, this is a turf family on the bottom. Dam won 4 turf routes. Second dam was a stakes-winning turf router. She popped a 98 buyer on turf. The question is she going to be ready to sprint? With Blofeld on top, at least that could infuse some speed, and again, doesn't need to be extra heat to win this race.
No, not at all. You've got some questionable speed types up front. We've seen them. They did, authenticated a short price, couldn't get it done right. Exactly. Doesn't need to be any kind of killer to win on debut here today.
Keith's going 5, 4, 1, and 2. I'm going 4, 3, 5, and 1 in race number 2. We'll move on to race number 3. We're going a mile and a 16th. 4 and up. Non-winners of 3 life. Claiming tag 12.5 down to 10. Take out the 1 Papa Funny. Take out the 5 Run for Your Life. That'll leave us with a field of 5. And we'll start off our middle pick 4 with this race. Again, 50-cent minimum wager. Lots of opportunities in this race. While only a field of 5, I still think this is fairly competitive, Keith. I want to start things off with Forest City, the number 6. We have a stat for Riley Mott, the son of the great Bill Mott, who's gone out on his own and has done very, very well. Sprint to route, 3 for the last 13, 23%. Almost a $10 return on investment. Forest City was sprinting on synthetic last time out. I'm just drawing a line through that race. The prior races against much better in New York, maybe Forest City has just found a spot.
Yeah, it looks like they shipped in to try to find a spot, and you've got a race pretty much devoid of any quality speed. You go back on the page, certainly had it. Where's it been the last few races? Had run okay prior on the synth, no good last time out. Tracks Forest Boyce a little bit of a story. If I think Forest can get to the front, she can nurse and take this one a long, long way. Admit Nothing to me now with a scratch. Got the scratch of Run for Life is, I think, the main competitor here. Forest City might be an all or nothing type.
Not only the main competitor, I think she's the main speed in this race. If she actually gets out of there. We did see a Turfway Park shipper from the synthetic win yesterday, I believe for Robbie Bales here at Laurel Park. Maybe Forest City could do it for Riley Mott. Let's watch Admit Nothing. We have a video spotlight for Admit Nothing, and you're going to see in this race, she's down on the inside. Now, this is back on...
this should be the March 8th race.
The March 8th race last time out, and she was able to save ground most of the way. She had to alter course down to the inside and upper stretch, and she's going to trudge on evenly. This was a 1-turn mile race. She's going to get out around 2 turns, and I really think she's had success around 2 turns in the past, and I just think Angel Cruz has got to get aggressive with her and get her forward.
I think absolutely that's going to be the plan of attack here today. If Forest City goes ahead and go, Admit Nothing, I don't think should be too far behind. These two could line it up, slow it down, back it up on this field, and just kind of extend it from the 3/8 pole home. Yeah, I like the way the numbers are going, up, and up for Admit Nothing, probably hedging right back towards the top.
Get Like Mike, the number 2 is 15-1 on the morning line. It's going to go down, of course, with the 2 scratches in here. This horse's figures recently, they're not too far off some of the other main contenders in this race, getting 10 pounds off with Apprentice Hazelwood aboard.
Is he a deeper one-run kind of a sprint type? I don't know, but the break in the weights, Gave a little I kind of got my first look at Yetz at Hazelwood yesterday. He's going to be okay. And this one will just save ground and hope things come back. I think, again, that's your price user. If you want to split the favorites in the exacta, that might be the one to use.
Earl of Dassel, the 7, another horse that's been very, very successful around 2 turns in the past. Maybe just gets the class relief that this one needs. Last time out, ran into Run for Your Life, who came back to run 3rd in a starter allowance, I think, at Parks. Got a 68 buyer. So this horse has been facing quality competition.
Yeah, again, another one, a victim of a little bit of a flow. Mad Banker up on the front end last time. But, yes, the drop certainly should pick this one's head up. Doesn't have any kind of blazing move off the pace. Nobody in here really does. So I think everything is going to kind of hinge on how Forest City goes ahead and goes, I think, from the gate. So I'll keep an eye on Forest. Admit Nothing, I think, should sit the perfect trip one way or the other, on it or just off of it. Price shot for me is going to be the 2, Get Like Mike.
We'll see if Get Like Mike gets in there. We both have him in the numbers, 6423 for Keith, 4273 for me in race number 3. Let's move on to race number 4. We're going 7/8 of a mile. It's a nice allowance race. 4 and up, $49,000 is the purse. Take out the 5, Bermuda Run. This is the opening leg of our 20-cent Chesapeake Pick 6. The carryover slowly creeping up, $3,134. Of course, it's a jackpot wager, which means tomorrow. Mandatory payout.
Everything's got to go tomorrow. So if it's lurking, it's staying around, jump in, please, tomorrow. I expect some good handles on those races. This is a really good race. 7/8 of a mile is the main question mark for my top selection. A little value in here with Laddie Dance. Let's go to a video spotlight if we could. First off of a break. Hadn't been seen from November 30th. Comes back February 28th against Quick Tempo. A 14-time winner, I think, able to kind of get out there and control it on the front end. All in all, Laddie Dance caught on a little bit early. Circles 4 to 5 wide. I think closes up quite well and might just get a little bit more contested pace today. I wish this was 6 today, but we're going to see if he can kind of carry it out to 7.
Listen, this horse was in good form before the layoff, and this horse came back in very good form. Considering that we hadn't seen him in since November, it's quite possible this horse needed the race and just keeps trying hard to get 3rd. He's a very honest horse, Laddie Dance, you're right. I think it's all about whether he's going to get a setup, but I think there is going to be pace in here because you've got a horse like the 2 Magic Express who's got to be fresh. We haven't seen Magic Express since Preakness Day 2024. The horse ran very, very well for Brittany Russell in that race. Got to the front, back down the fractions. I thought they were very, very reasonable, but was easily second best and was in there against Miramati, who came back, hit the board in all 4 of his next 4 starts, got a 99 buyer top. We have a stat for Brittany Russell. And again, we always say, you don't really worry about Brittany off layoffs. First after 6 months to a year layoff on dirt, 23%, 208 ROI. This guy's going to show some early speed.
Yeah, he's going to have to be tied on. Finally gets back to a fast track in which he topped out at an 86. His best race was over the fast going at Aqueduct at 6.5. He looks like he could have a touch of a rating gear if needed. Faced the right kind of Miramati, right? A 99 and a 97 that he put up in a couple races after that race at Pimlico. Coringa. Definitely moving the right directions. Blinkers coming off the last couple. A little unfortunate. Lost the crop. I don't know if that got him beat. Exploration, that was another BTR that got him.
This is another horse that seems to be rounding back into his best form for Mike Trombetti. You mentioned that last race. They wanted to get forward. Another horse was a little quicker. Had to take back and steady, get to the outside, made the lead. A little bit green once he switched leads. He kind of popped over a couple of times, and then the jock dropped the stick. He just got beat a neck. We do have a trainer stat for Michael Trombetta and Coringa. This Trombetta barn's been going very well the last couple of weeks. 4 for 13 between March 15th and the 26th. 31% winners, a big 325 ROI. If you're Torrealba, how do you play the break here? You're fast. Magic Express is fast. You don't want to get caught up in a duel, but you don't want to get locked down on the rail either.
And Swifty Devil's got speed to the outside. That's the other one that's going to be, I think, a player through this opening quarter of a mile. Break is imperative. Try to avoid any kind of steadying back. I think Coringa will have to be kind of nudged on just a touch to hold Poe. Is he as quick as Magic Express? I'm not so sure.
We'll see what we get from Swifty Devil. This horse has not been a win machine throughout his career, but I think he's been very, very honest, and I think he can trip out. I don't think he needs the lead. 1 and the 2 go. He sits on the outside, tracking 3 wide, spying the speeds. We have a trainer stat for Michael Gorham, who worked Omaha this morning. We're going to see him in the Wood Memorial next week. Gorham's barn's been doing great since the middle of February. 30% winners, 237 ROI. I liked Swifty Devil's last race. He was setting a pressured pace. They went 23-32 for the opening quarter, and then no breather. 23-41 for the second quarter, and then he was right there in between the 2 favorites to finish third. I just think the trip is going to work out. The question is he good enough? He was entered and scratched also on March 1st.
He's another one I might like a little bit better at 6 other than 7. He did run his best number, moving just off in a quick pace into it and then kind of grinding it out from there. This is a really, really good horse race. First half of a mile is gonna speak volumes. I think War Master, you cannot forget about my old guy. He's done this before, shortening up to get it done at 7. Been a little bit flat. I've been chasing this guy. I think this is the right kind of setup this afternoon.
I think he's the best closer in this race, and as you know, I love horses cutting back to 7, especially in a race where they get some speed. What a fun race we've got here. You're going with Laddie Dance, the 3-3-7-2-1. I'm trying to see if Swifty Devil can track and pounce. 6-2-1-7 for me in race number 4. 4 down, 5 to go. We'll kick things off after this commercial break with the second of our 2 value pick 5 wagers.
Baltimore! To the city of Baltimore, to all the fans watching around the world, riders up!
They're off in the Preakness.
All eyes of the world will be on Baltimore.
They're head and head. Seabiscuit leads by a length. Seabiscuit is the winner.
And it was a powerhouse race again by the big, strong Secretariat.
Sunday Silence takes the lead at the quarter pole.
American Pharaoh, phenomenal in the Preakness. And the filly did it! Rachel Alexandra! Here is Smarty Jones. He wins the Preakness by a dozen lengths. She's the brave, wins the Preakness.
Welcome back to Today at the Races. I'm Dan. He's Keith. Time for the second half of the card, beginning with race number 5. We are going 3/4 of a mile. It's a starter optional claimer / allowance race. $29,000 is the purse. We're going 3/4 of a mile. Field of 6 in here. First leg of the late value pick 5. Low takeout 12%, which offers high payout possibilities.
The late pick 5 yesterday. Over 3,000. You had the 1 double-digit winner. Everybody else was certainly makeable, havable, and the heights was usable, without a doubt. So shame on you if you didn't play the late value pick 5. Mackenzie's firing right back with another ticket today, and she's going to get you started. Race 5, all button. It's that kind of a horse race. We thought there was speed in race number 4. We've got some speed in race 5. Race 6, 2 deep with the 3 and the 7. Minister for Magic, Midnight Renegade. They look strong. Here's her single. 7th race, the 3. Tracera is a multiple winner here for Linda Albert, proven to get the round of ground. 3 deep in races 8 and 9. 3, 5, 6, Classic Joke, SS Sinatra. Bouncer, first time Ness. Got plenty of speed. I'm going to go 5.5. Race 9. We finish it up. 3, 4, and 6. Cluck, Umbral. Big Wanda. I think could definitely pop at a price. I was on and off with this one, but I respect that pick there. A sneaky little play. Voss with a winner yesterday. So it's a $54 ticket. We saw what this thing paid yesterday. You got to spend a little bit. And why not 12% takeout?
Yeah, we'll talk about Big Wanda a little bit later on. Okay. I think that horse ran with bar shoes last time out. I'm curious to see if he's going to wear them again today. That could be kind of a big change. We'll have to talk to everybody upstairs. Let's kick things off with race number 5. I want to start things off with the number 6. He's in charge. J. Rod, J. Ness. This horse just had all kinds of trouble last time out at Penn National. We've got a video spotlight for that race. He was down inside saving ground, and you're going to see. This is the kind of trip that works out until it doesn't. And he's moving very sweetly in behind horses. And I like what the riders on the outside did. They realized that this horse is moving well, so they're just going to go. And here he just gets skunked behind a dull speed that's tiring, completely shuffled out of the race. By the time he gets the split, the horse on the lead is long, long gone. But this horse is going to give a very likable run towards the inside to finish second.
Yeah, he's able to split rivals there, leaving the 3/16 to the 8th pole, goes inside and just simply runs out of ground. I know when you watch the gallop out, the 4 kind of kicks back away, but the 2 had the mo and a cleaner trip. I think he probably gets it done this particular evening in Grantville. My biggest question, Dan, is who is he kind of facing? Yeah, he's been a mainstay. This is definitely a tougher group. Got a bullet work coming into this. Obviously sharp. This guy knows how to win. 8 wins, 12 seconds out of 42 starts. It's just the recent company's got to be a little concerned. But Ness, he knows where to place him, and he's going to be firing here in for the tag this afternoon.
But my concerns are twofold. One is that this is a tougher race than the race we just saw. 2, the layoff. I like, Ness has great stats with just about everything, but if you want to try to poke a hole, its horse is coming off a little bit of a layoff. Maybe this horse is prepping for Delaware, where he's had success in the past. I just think a good outside trip is coming for He's in Charge. We'll see him kick in the lane, demand value. Talk me on to the 3, Magic Spin.
Yeah, Magic Spin's just a horse. I was shocked that they had this horse protected off the claim last time out, February 21st. This horse, shape notes, been red hot. I like the way Weston rode this horse, settled back 5.5, and let this horse just run. The last 3/16 of a mile worked out between horses to beat me in the exacta. Just that kind of tell to me, because this horse did have a couple excuses, the 2-back, 3-back try, but he looked off form. So claims a horse. They like something about him. Something turned the corner with Magic Spin. He's run against the right kind. He's out the 6, I think, is going to help in the way this race is going to develop. The speed up front. I think Jerry's Gem's back is very quick. Maybe he just separates. But Magic Spin, I think, is that horse I'm going to use and key around in the exactas, top and bottom. Because I think you go back. He beats a horse like Monday Morning Quarterback on the go back. He's won over this racetrack. I like the setup. I like that they liked this horse off the claim.
Drop in class, though, is really going to help the 4 full Irish. This horse was in against real tough ones last time out. We'll see Tenebrous a little bit later on. Thought this horse got steadied a little bit in the early stages, saved some ground after that, finished up evenly. But one of the horses that finished well behind him came back, ran second in a non-winners of 2 other than allowance, got an 85 buyer. So this horse is dropping with the tactical speed. Kieran's been going well. This horse might be the horse to beat.
I think he just might be comfortable enough to relax just outside the speed. If Jerry's Gem, who's come off, a 526-day break, he ran really, really good for Revstock and Dilla DeVico in that race. I thought was gone at the 8th pole. Patinga's twin just ran him down. So they did a phenomenal job off the claim of this guy. He's had just 2 big layoffs. He's got this one, over 200 and some days, 251 days. But they come back, and they're going to be firing from this inside. Damon is patient. If you're going to go right off the bench here.
This is his second start in 777 days. So that's patience, and hopefully the patience will pay off for Jerry's Gem. You're right. He's very, very fast when he's right. And from the inside post, Cruz has got to go. He's the horse to catch. Jerry's Gem might be the horse to beat. We'll see what we get from the 6. He's in Charge. You like Magic Spin.
I do.
That's why Mac's going all in race number 5, the first leg of the 12% takeout value, pick 5. 3461 for Keith, 6154 for me. Moving along to race number 6. We're going 7/8 of a mile with an $18,000 purse. This is a claiming race. Now winners of 1 year, 7,500 down to 6,000. We've got our jackpot super high 5, and again, the carryover right now is 26.93. Tomorrow's closing day of the winter meet, which means mandatory payout tomorrow in the jackpot super high 5. If it doesn't get hit today, mandatory anyway tomorrow, but with a bigger pot.
Yes, a bigger pot definitely in store tomorrow. If it doesn't get it. Race 6, we got 1 scratch in here. The 5 also kicks off the late pick 4.
It also does kick off the late pick 4, and I know that you're a little bit interested in the number 8 Sumo in here, and I'm hoping you have better luck with Sumo than I have, because I've been chasing Sumo in his last 2 races, and he's run really well in both of them, but just ran out of room. Maybe 7/8 is the distance that's going to hit him right between the eyes. This horse used to have a lot more tactical speed than he's shown in recent starts. Can he stay closer?
This is my bad that I did not show. Let's go right to the video spotlight of Minister for Magic because it includes Sumo on that February the 23rd race. Sumo got in a little trouble about 5-6 strides out of the gate, had to check and steady. He's going to be able to kind of ramp it up there. You see in the white cap. Minister for Magic now going first off the claim. Open company to the condition. Runs pretty big here.
Oh, Minister for Magic ran really big here. He's right up close to the pace. He's got to battle it out. There's some good horses in here. You've got Johnny French Fry. Watch Sumo on the far outside just reaching out for ground. I got him here. I'm betting him. I'm needing the wire not to be there just yet, but it came and beat me anyway. Anyway, he did finish ahead of Johnny French Fry, did Minister for Magic, who came out to win his very next start. And he may be more tactical at this point in his career than Sumo.
He could be. He could be. But the one thing for Sumo that I like, I think you're going to get a little bit better price for sure. I do think you're going to get a little bit better value. But Sumo had to be used from the far turn to about the quarter pole. I like the way he sustained. Out here in the clear, I don't think this pace is going to be nearly as fast as what it was last time. Man, a clean break, he gets position. I think a little on the lot, the 2 is going to go ahead and send. Furness, he's got that one gaudy number on an off track. I don't know, can he bring it back today on a fast surface?
Well, I just think the 2 turns last time were too far for a little and a lot at Parks. I think getting back to 7's okay, and I think you're absolutely right. I think he's the main speed, and there's a chance he can back down the fractions. Was last time the time for Midnight Renegade? I hope he can make it 2 in a row, turning back to 7/8 for Curon off the win. That kid Vega gave him a really nice ride last time, didn't he? He just was very, very patient, saving ground, wanted to split horses 3 wide. The seam wasn't there. He just altered back inside the pace setter, and he let Midnight Renegade do the best. This is a horse I've always been a fan of, and I wonder if maybe he's just coming to hand at the right time.
That's exactly right. He's steadily making that improvement. He's got okay positional speed. I even like him a little bit better at 6 and 7. He surprised me. I guess it wasn't a complete surprise against that group that he got it done, but I still think he might be a little bit more effective sprinting.
Keith's going to try to wrestle home a price with the number 8 Sumo. I'm going with Midnight Renegade, hoping for 2 in a row. 8-7-3-2 for Keith, 7-3-8-1 for me in race number 6. Race number 7, mile and a 16th. These are 3-year-old fillies, 20 down to 16. We've got a field of 6. We've got Max Single in here in the pick 5. That's the 3. Trace Ares, who is our morning line favorite at 2-1. Trace Ares is my top pick in here. I'm a little bit worried as she seeks her 3rd consecutive win. She ran very well last time out, but I thought she got a setup. They ran really quick in that first quarter mile, 23-1 for this class of horse. She sat back, made a run. She made the lead. She kind of wandered a little bit. I didn't love the way she finished up, but you can't deny that she's sharp, and she's one of only 2 multiple race winners in the field.
Absolutely, absolutely. I go outside, though, Dan. I like Golden Aurora in here. I think first time off the claim, a little bump up here for Kieran McGee, teaming up with Kokakaya. Just a little flat into those internals, a little bit quicker. I think the relief here is going to be the pace. I don't mind this draw either. I think got another thing coming. The 5 might go ahead and go. Fitness could lay close. I think she can relax, and she was gutsy when herded out 2 races back at the 1-turn mile. And you've heard me say before, I think sometimes those 1-turn miles are a little bit tougher than the mile and a 6 2-turn. This horse gets position, and I think can just kind of dog them out for the top of the stretch home. This is going to be a trip. I don't know if anybody's running away with race 7, but offering a little bit of value at 6-1 on the morning line first off the claim. I'll take a shot with Golden Aurora.
I liked Golden Aurora last time out. She just didn't fire. It wasn't away the best, and then was sort of in between horses. I wish I saw a better finish, but she was claimed out of the race by Kieran, who moves them up, at least recently, as we see from our trainer stat on Golden Aurora. First off the claim, 7 for the last 23, 30%, 226 ROI. You're absolutely right. This horse was bumped and herded out in the stretch 2 starts back and ran very, very well. And she runs back to that race, she's going to be tough. We have a video spotlight of Bourbon and Lace down on the inside here. Bourbon and Lace is a horse making the 2nd start off the layoff. Let's go back to the first start back and just got pinched and bumped.
Yeah, pinched and bumped. Now this horse, she hasn't shown the speed in her last few races, but bounced around there, was able to relax a little bit, 15, 16 out of it. but made a little bit of a run late. Now, the blinkers come off today. Key's up against Mooncash, only beaten 7. We saw what Mooncash did. To the wire first, and the beyond the wire, unfortunately, was DQ'd, but that's enough for me to drop down for a very capable barn here in Maryland when they come in here. Suburban Lights is a user for me to make that run off
Draws
the base.
the advantageous inside post with a short run into the 2 turns. This horse doesn't have a ton of early speed, but maybe just breaking inside can be a little bit closer going into the first turn. We both have her in the mix as she drops in class. Maybe the key to this race is the number 5. Got Another Thing Coming. This horse was bet down to favoritism in the local debut for Brittany Russell. Just didn't really run great that day. I have a feeling, though, we're going to see a lot more early speed. I think the tactics that kind of worked for her in her second start when she ran 3rd, I think they got to use them here.
It might. Again, it could draw plenty of play if she's 5-2, 2-1. I'm going to go against her. She got beat down on that good inside, usually at the fairgrounds. Last time made that little run and just kind of petered out from the quarter pole home. No. I got to try to beat her here today, so I just put her in the winner's circle.
Keith's going 6-1-3-2, although he's put Brittany in the winner's circle
plenty
again.
of time.
I'm going 3-1-6-2. We'll move on to race number 8. It's our feature of the day, and it's a good one. Going the classic distance of 5.5 furlongs. It is a 4 and up. Non-winners are 2 other than, with the optional claiming price $40,000 down to $32,000. Please note Tyler Connor is the rider now on the number 4. Don't Wait Up. I wish that I put your horse on top because I love Classic Joke. Classic Joke is one of my favorite horses on the circuit. I thought this horse, 2 starts back, had just an impossible situation, broke slow, pulls up to stalk in between horses behind a slow pace, tries so hard for second behind Sugar Steve, who was in razor-sharp form. And then last time out, maybe he just needed the race win behind Tenebris. We've got a trainer stat for Ricky Silliman, who's just been doing great this year. Second off 2 to 4 month layoffs on dirt, 35%.
Yeah, really, really good ROI, 231. I think you used Classic Joke on top last time.
I did.
Yeah, and just a touch of a hang last time out. When worked outward, had a little bit of a setup. I think the setup is there again today, and a 5.5 again. I think this might be even a better distance with the flow that's going to be in here with Radical Right Tenebris, Bouncer, and obviously Heaven's Got Fire has only one way to go. Cruz opts to go for SS Sinatra. Why not? He ran so big in the Not for Love Stakes. Just a brutal nose beat. That was a tough one behind Circle P. But Classic Joke, he was a kind of a speed horse on the go back. They've worked with him. He's changed now. He's moving up, and up. Forest Boyce will fit this horse like a glove. I'm hoping he can get up in time.
Kerry Holbein's been sending out nothing but live horses this meet. She's going to try again with the 5 SS Sinatra. You mentioned the excellent performance in the Not for Love.
Really
this horse was just throwing it down with Speediness, who was the favorite in that race all the way around the track. Eventually got the best of Speediness, and guess what? Here comes Circle B to just pip him by a dirty nose on the wire. Here's the video spotlight. SS Sinatra has got to work. Down on the rail, making his stakes debut. Speediness is outside just putting all the pressure on. They throw it down, and it's set up perfectly for the winner.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, the Lasix was off, okay? First time Lasix off, and you go back on the page for SS Sinatra, I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to go into there early. I said, what's he doing trying to go this hard with speed? They knew what they were doing. He took it right to him, gets the lead, rests the lead here inside the 8th pole, and just can't quite, I don't want to say hold. He just got the bad end of a nose, Bob. Circle P, just a dream trip off of these two. So he ran so hard. Is the 3 weeks enough? Yeah, that's the key too. How much did it take out him? That was a super demanding race.
But the key for him is he doesn't need the lead to win. You mentioned Heaven's Got Time, and you mentioned Tenebris. And I think Tenebris is at his best when he can go to the front as he did last time out. He was able to get to the lead. Sheriff Ronnie's in very good form and beat Tenebris that day. Tenebris did make a nice wide looping move 2 starts back to win. But from post position 2, I think Dennis Orojo's got to be aggressive.
Yeah, both those horses, they're close. Radical Right, if they want to go Tenebris, very close in that positional speed. So brake's going to be key. Opening 8th of a mile to avoid any kind of hiccup. Who do you like if there is a little bit more trouble? You like Radical Right or Tenerife that maybe to sustain and recover if they do get in a predicament early?
I think Radical Right with his experience, he's been around for a long time and a lot of back class, and I think he actually might even be more comfortable in behind horses. And he's slowly racing himself back into shape. This is his third start since Saratoga, and I wonder if he just needed these first two. He's bet hard in both of them. He's a horse that's very interesting with Torrealba retaining the mount. This is another wild race. 5, 2, 3, 6. We'll see if SS Sinatra continues his upward flow, and you're going with Classic Joke, and I got to use him in the picks because I can't let him beat me after I picked him last time. 3, 5, 2, 1 for Keith, 5, 2, 3, 6 for me in race number 8. We're going to close things out with race number 9. $30,000 is the purse for this 6-furlong event. 25 down to 20 claimers. Now winners at 2 live fillies and mares. We've got a field of 6 in this race. Let's start things off with Cluck Cluck. And we were up in the press box last time out, and when Cluck Cluck lost, we said we're done with Cluck Cluck. We're never going back to Cluck Cluck again. And guess what? You're Cluck, I'm Cluck.
I was on my way, I think, to the airport there, taking the Joe Gas shuttle. I didn't get a chance to watch it live. Yeah, that was a tough one. But you know what? Claudio reaches in, going to try to take advantage, wheel him back in 8 days, and catches the right group. Rascallion, I think, will go ahead and send. Umbro's the fresh horse for Claudio, so he's got 2 in here. But I think this horse is still steadily numbers. If she doesn't take a little bit of a dive, I think she's fine. She just has to hold serve here, and I think she's going to be okay from just off of it.
It was a solid enough pace. I know she was 2-5 last time out, but they went 23-4, and then when these horses go 23-4 for the second quarter, it's not easy to sustain, and Cluck Cluck just missed. We'll see what Claudio can do off the claim with Cluck Cluck. I like this horse's tactical speed, but it's interesting that Claudio also has Umbral in this race. We haven't seen Umbral in 386 days, but we have a video spotlight for Umbral when she was racing down at Gulfstream Park.
Just a little refresher for Umbral, right? We haven't seen her, and what a difference a surface can make. Okay, was trying the synthetic, the Tapeta down there, and then all of a sudden, goes to the main track, 7/8, gallops. Actually overcame a little briefly, losing the irons. And you're going to see this move here, 4 wide, 5 wide, making this bid. Still game to the wire, just jumped up 60, 65 buyers. I don't see anybody with any of those in here.
Not recently. No. What's your big idea? Had him on the way go back, but if Umbral runs her last 2 races, she's going to win, but she's going to have to overcome a year-plus layoff. She's going to have to do it at a potentially short price. So again, as always, demand value. Let's talk a little bit about Just the Thing. Just the Thing is a horse who's 1 for 27 lifetime. Just the Thing is a horse we both have underneath. That's where she's like to be in her career. Although last time out, those fractions were solid, and I like that she was able to kind of middle move into the teeth of the pace and then stay on okay.
And I like the comment Bill's got in there, my partner with Equibase, steadied 5/16 when just after getting that Poe, a little bit of trouble, and still kept on gamely beating forward. When he puts that out, he's tough on those comments. So visually, he was impressed. You've got, I think, a positive rider here with Yetsit Hazelwood getting in light. Yeah, a user from just off the pace for me.
What's your big idea? Second off the layoff for Lacey Gaudette. Again, if you go back, this horse has plenty of numbers, and I like that Lacey reclaimed this horse 2 starts back. We have a trainer stat for what's your big idea. Lacey second after the claim on dirt, 12 for the last 42, 29%, a $3.11 ROI, and maybe the mile was just not what she was looking for last time out. She's turning back to a sprint where she's had success, and listen, she finished ahead of a horse that then came back, placed in a race at Penn National, got a 61 buyer.
And I don't think she needs to be too far off the pace in here when you really break it down. Who's the speed? It's kind of tough to guess who's going to go ahead and go to the front. You've got a fresh Umbral. Rascallion off the miles. Those internals weren't super quick, but what's your big idea? Has shown the ability to be tough on the front end. Maybe they go ahead and send.
Well, we'll see if Cluck Cluck can make amends. We both have her on top. 3-5-4-2 for Keith, 3-4-2-5 for me. We've got 9 at Laurel Park. If you're here with us after the races, you're going to want to stick around because we've got 2 major Kentucky Derby prep races across the country, Florida Derby, Arkansas Derby. Have you taken a look at any of those races?
I glanced. You had me, and we looked at it a little bit prior to the show, and Florida Derby and both races a little bit chalky for me. I was really impressed by Sovereignty last time. I didn't know if Mott would have this horse ramped up. Yes, was able to save ground and work out a trip, but I think there's even more speed in this race to enhance that run. Maybe the Brad Cox runner, Tappan Street, gets it done in the Arkansas Cornucopia. Wow, how good was that horse right off the bat for Baffert, stretching out, and he's been good with this move. Just looked at the formulator stats, like 4 for 6 the last few years. Went off the sprint to the graded stakes, stretching out. Cole Bottle, you got to like him though. He's really good. He can just kind of get in any kind of position he wants. If anybody's gonna upset, right, I wouldn't call it beat Cornucopia. I think Cole Battle's the one. He's got the great positional speed and finish.
I'm with you with Sovereignty in the Florida Derby. I've been following that horse for a long time. Brutal post position, going a mile and an eighth. Arkansas Derby, again, Cornucopia could be the next Justify, could be the next American Pharaoh. Everybody's hyping him up. Maybe he is. Publisher and Speed King are two horses that I might want to use to try to beat him. At Laurel, your value play is race number 4. It's the 3, Laddie Dance. Good price, sharp form.
Yes, Bobby Leaf. 7/8's a little bit of a question mark. I'm hoping for the inside-out trip. They're going to be rolling early, save ground, work a trip hour, and come running. I like the morning line price. We're going to get 8-1. I think we're going to get a square price. This guy ran big and closed in, at the wide trip off the break to a 14-time winner. Okay, that starter is just as good or maybe even better than what he's facing today.
My best play is also a horse with some upside. That's race number 3. The number 3, Admit Nothing. I'm not sure we'll get the 5-1 after scratches, but I do think this horse is going to be up close to the pace. 19 minutes to go before our opener at Laurel Park on Saturday. The main track is fast. It is a beautiful day. Callie Francois, Mackenzie Pfeiffer, the great Dave Rodman. They'll take you through this 9-race program. And speaking of Dave Rodman, let's go up to the top of the stands for scratches and changes.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Laurel Park, where the track is fast. Temperature in the low 70s today. Winds out of the west at about 10 miles per hour. 9 races on the Laurel Park card, followed by 2 races from Las Piedras, Uruguay. Here's a look at your Laurel Park changes. First race, number 2, Island Dream Girl, 2 over. 5 Thunder in Paris, 2 over. First race. No changes in the second race. Third race, scratch 1, Papa Funny. Scratch 5, Run for Your Life. Third race scratches 1 and 5. Fourth race, scratch number 5, Bermuda Run. Scratch the 5. In the fifth race, 2 He's Orientate is 2 over. Sixth race, scratch 5, Karus. Sixth race, scratch number 5. Seventh race, clear with no changes. Eighth race, number 4, Don't Wait Up, jockey Tyler Connor. Tyler Connor on the 4, Don't Wait Up. No changes in the ninth race. Track is fast. Early pick 5. Value pick 5. Late pick 5. Also value pick 5 with a 12% takeout on the pick 5 wagers. Mandatory payout of the early value pick 5. Carryover potential the late value pick 5. Chesapeake pick 6 starts in race 4. Races 4 through 9. Carryover in the pick 6, 3,134. In the sixth race, Jackpot Super High 5, carryover 2,693. 16 minutes to post time. Good luck this afternoon at Laurel Park.